Hello, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. Today, I'm asking you, what's your excuse? We're talking about limiting beliefs, negative mindset, all of the above. It's going to be triggering for some, but I think it's well worth listening to if you can and start reflecting on your own excuses and self-limiting beliefs in order to be able to break through and create the life you want to love. So let's go to the show. As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time, and freedom to become limitless. Through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods, if you want help with your marketing, managing, or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer, or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show. Hello guys, how are you? It's a lovely sunny start to the week. I hope that means your landscaping is going well. We are doing good in this weather, which is great. It's nice to have a break from the rain. Inquiries are also picking up because we have the wonderful weather. Everyone wants their garden done. So all is looking good despite what might be going on in the world. So I kind of wanted to talk about excuses and self-limiting beliefs today. And this came up because I saw some conversations happening in the landscaping world. And it kind of got me thinking about the impact of what we tell ourselves on how we act, how we think, and then how this impacts on our business, on our lives, and how we really see the world. So there was quite a negative chat, and it was all about how at the moment that someone is finding it very difficult in business, but the kind of words that we used were very negative. So it was very much it's finished, it's all over, nothing's good. It was very negative. And there are lots of things out there that can contribute to that we have no control over, and I don't purport that we do, but things like the weather, things like the climate, the economic environment, things like how people are spending right now. But part of me started thinking, perhaps this is a person that feels stuck, and maybe they've got some long-standing beliefs that they're holding that are actually holding them back. Now, let's back up a bit. But what is an excuse? Well, an excuse is basically something that you keep telling yourself that's going to hold you back. So some examples are, I'm too young or too old for this. I'll never be successful. I'm not smart enough. I'm too busy. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I will never be as successful as I want to be. It's too hard. I'm not good enough. The list goes on. These are things that your brain will start telling you when you start to do anything uncomfortable. So these can tend to arise when you start to feel stuck. Because when you feel stuck, you can be telling yourself an excuse that is holding you back. And we often tell ourselves these lies because we have some self-limiting beliefs. Now, a belief is only a thought that you continue to think. So it's a thought that, has been ingrained in you. It can also be like past experiences. So you may have failed on a number of occasions, or something may have happened in your childhood that leads you to these belief systems that are embedded within you. But self-limiting beliefs are like judgments. They're the ones that have the greatest potential for impacting on us negatively. They impact on us by preventing us from reaching our full potential. And they are developed within us to protect us from future pain. So essentially, it's just your brain trying to protect you. But what they do is they just hold you down. They keep you small, and they keep you in this thought process that nothing is going to be good. You're never going to be good enough. The business isn't going to work. We're never going to get through this period of time, even though we can look back and see proof that we have before. But they come from fear. They come from the fear of failure. They come from feeling the imposter syndrome where you don't feel good enough, which all comes from underlying factors that were lovingly given to you throughout your childhood, not probably on purpose, but they develop from there. Past trauma, past experiences, all of this adds to these self-limiting beliefs that are mainly just excuses that hold you back. So you might find they pop up at times of indecision. So you may be undecided what to do, and these self-limiting beliefs or excuses will pop up and say, you can't do that because there's no way you could do that. You haven't got the experience to do that. There's no way you can do that because you haven't got any time. Instead of potentially reframing these beliefs and moving forward in a more positive way. Now, why is it so important? Why am I even bothering talking about it? Well, this conversation that I saw in the landscaping community was quite depressing, actually, because ultimately, when you see that being said, you start to think maybe you're mad because you don't feel the same way. Or I then flipped it on its head. Maybe this is the problem why people give up, or why people aren't seeing good business, because they don't believe that there's good stuff out there. I have multiple conversations with lots of different people in the industry, my husband, and it can always be sometimes quite negative. You're under a lot of pressure, things aren't going right, and then these excuses pop up. Oh, well, we'll never find a skilled person because there's no one available. Well, there are. We'll never be able to do X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. There's so many excuses we continue to tell ourselves which just hold us back. So that is why I felt the need to come on this podcast today. Obviously, I needed to record one. It's the weekly time, but this kind of spoke to me today. And I wanted to bring it up because I bet a lot of you suffer from this, or have suffered from this in the past, or I guarantee you're going to suffer from it in the future. It's just what happens. We're human beings. Our brains are designed to try and protect us all the time. And as soon as we feel fear, it's fight or flight. And as soon as we are overwhelmed, we can start listening to that negative voice, those excuses that hold us back. Why do you care? What are the consequences of constantly listening to these excuses? Well, they will be preventing you from moving forward, from leveling up, from becoming the person that you want to be. And they will then prevent you taking the actions you need to take in order to be that person, to fulfill your dreams, to build that business that you've always wanted to do. And there's lots of ways we can start dealing with it. And I think that's the most important thing I wanted to share with you today. There are many ways that we can deal with these self-limiting beliefs and excuses and remove them, or go through them so that they don't impact on our life so much anymore. And I'm going to go through 6 ways that you can deal with these self-limiting beliefs in order to move forward with your business. But before I go there, I have something that if any of you are feeling like this, I can definitely help you with, and it's the Leveling Up Your Landscaping Business Mastermind. We are starting this month. I have 2 spots left for 2 landscaping businesses that are looking to level up their business, who want to move forward, who maybe feel a bit stuck. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of limiting beliefs that we need to work through. Perhaps you need to work through the figures. Perhaps we need to look at your marketing or your systems or your processes, or all of the above. But this is for you. If I'm speaking and this is resonating with you, do not listen to those voices that are going to pop up in your head telling you, no, it's not for you. You're not good enough. You shouldn't be in there. Why would you? You can't afford it. You don't have the time. These are all self-limiting beliefs and excuses that if you decided not to listen to them, to reframe them in a different way, then you may move forward. So if you want to find out more, please DM me on Instagram at The Landscapers Coach, or you can just send me an email, info@thelandscaperscoach.co.uk. We can book in for a free call to see if you fit the mastermind and if I fit with what you are looking for, discuss all the details, and then we start. We have the mastermind sessions with 5 other landscaping businesses that are looking to up level, plus myself, plus one-to-one coaching every month, plus in between weekly nudges to keep you focused on the path and really reflecting back on your business to see how we can move it forward, level it up. So that's the Level Up Your Landscaping Business Mastermind. If you're interested in finding out more, get in touch. Don't put it off. Stop the excuses. Just get in touch. Have a free call. There's no obligation to start with me. We could just find out if you're a good fit and I'm a good fit for you. So what are these 6 ways to deal with these self-limiting beliefs and excuses that you're telling yourself? First of all, you need to identify them as they arise. Now, it can feel quite good, actually, when you start noticing these excuses popping up or these negative limiting beliefs popping up. If you just write them down, it's good to get them out. You can write them down when they arise and also note down the situation in when they have arisen. So for instance, if you are just about to post something on social and you hold yourself back and say, no, I can't say that because that's a self-limiting belief. That's an excuse not to get visible. And actually deep down, you know you need to get visible in order to grow your business, but there's something holding you back. So that is your belief and your excuse. You write that down. You write down when it's come up and how you felt. And then number 2, you get to start pulling that belief apart. So you start looking at it from a different perspectives. You start looking at where this has come from. And then number 3, you start to look at proof. So you start to assess the accuracy of this belief. So you look for proof to support or deny it. Ideally, I would not look for evidence to support your limiting belief. I would look for the evidence that it's a load of codswallop or BS. So I would look for the evidence that it worked, like other people are doing these things and it's working for them. So there's lots of people visible on social media. They come from their own point of view and perspective. Nothing bad is happening. You can look at just look for evidence around you that proves this limiting belief is a load of BS. So for instance, you could say, I don't have enough money. Well, you obviously have had enough money in the past. Where has it come from? Where's the proof from that? What could you do to earn more money? There's lots of ways around this. Assess the accuracy and build your proof that this is bullshit and it's not serving you. You can also look, number 4, is tracking your behavior, because what we find is when these self-limiting beliefs come up, it can be from procrastination. So by tracking your behavior and seeing where you spend your time, you can begin to overcome the procrastination, change your behavior positively, and get more stuff done, which will then provide evidence against these self-limiting beliefs as well. Number 5, you then need to look at focusing on the positives. So you need to start reframing that belief. So for instance, if you say, I don't have enough time, perhaps your new belief could be, I can reorganize my time in order to do X, Y, and Z. I do have enough time. I just need to make that time available. I need to plan and prepare for that. You need to, focus on the positives, maybe explore a gratitude practice. So be thankful for what you have that's in direct conflict to your limiting belief. You obviously do the reframing exercise. And you can create positive affirmations. You can either find them or you can think of them yourself. So I know money is always flowing to me easily. It may feel like bullshit at the moment, but the more you say it, the more it changes your energy. The better your energy, the better things you attract into your life. It goes back to the law of attraction and manifestation. But essentially, by changing your mindset, making it more positive, focusing on the positive, the gratitude, you will begin to take away these self-limiting beliefs or make them not as important to you. You're not hearing them as much. They're not impacting on what you decide to do. You can also set intentions as well. So set intentions for the day, the week, the month that works, in moving you forward. So you can set the intention that you're going to take some actions that are going to bring up these self-limiting beliefs, but you're going to do them anyway. And number 6, finally, don't ever, ever give up. You can feel like when you have these beliefs and excuses, you can just believe them. You can just give up. And all you'll be left with is, I wish I had done X, Y, and Z. I regret that I never tried X, Y, and Z. And all it was is the fear behind it. All that would have stopped you is the fear of failure. It is the fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. And it will be the past experiences that say, well, last time this happened, so don't do it again. You know, self-limiting beliefs are very judgmental, and we just need to try and remove the judgments, remove the fear, or feel the fear, step into the fear and do it anyway. Just get on and do the actions that you know are going to move you forward, up level yourself, up level your business, and take you to the next level of success or freedom, whatever that might be for you. We need to continue to learn and grow from identifying and squashing these limiting beliefs that we hold. And we need to choose to be happy and change our perspective on the world. Once we begin changing our perspective, then you feel better. Your energy, naturally improves. You naturally then take action from a more positive place, a more energetic place. Good things are going to happen instead of being from a negative place where it's all over, it's all ending, everything's shit. So I know where I would prefer to be. And this is where I work on my mindset regularly, daily even, to ensure that I stay in that high level, high energy, high vibe place. Because if I'm operating from a low vibe place, the chances are I'm going to attract low vibe stuff into my life. I try and stay away from the negative self-talk and the negative talk that can be around us. And I just constantly try and reframe as beliefs come up. I try and reframe them, try and work through them. And it doesn't have to be a big job. Sometimes I feel like doing the mindset work, people can feel like, oh, I haven't got time to sit there and think about this. No, you don't. You just have to be mindful. So if you're going about your day and you notice that you're going to take an action, but a limiting belief pops up, it says, don't you dare do that. You're going to be embarrassed. You haven't got the experience or the knowledge to do this. What do you think you're doing? It's about stopping and noticing and thinking, hang on a minute, what? This is a load of BS. And then doing it anyway. Like I say, feel the fear and do it anyway. Because ultimately, what I've noticed is the expectation and reality is people expect to continue in the same, vibe, frame, whatever they're doing, the same things. They just expect everything to be the same, even though the world is changing. So yes, the world is changing. Weather is really crazy at the moment. We can't do anything about it. The climate, people being terrified of spending in some instances. Again, we can't do anything about it. But the reality is you can do something about yourself and your own mindset. You can show up differently every day. You can choose to show up in a positive, high vibe, energy every day. And you can choose to look at things in different ways. You can choose to reframe every negative thing that comes at you in a positive light. You can choose to spend some time practicing gratitude to really, really up-level your vibe, up-level your energy on a daily basis. You can choose to then take action from that type of place instead of from a depressing, negative place, which will only draw negativity back to you anyway. So it's your choice. At the end of the day, it's not rocket science. It's not even difficult. It's quite simple practices you can do every single day. It's quite simply noticing, reframing, and moving forward anyway. At the end of the day, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So why not try and change? Why not give it a go? See if anything changes for you. See if you begin to attract more positive stuff into your life. And yeah, you can thank me later, but essentially, it's all about your mindset. We think it's all about the actions. We know it's all about the mindset, because if you've got a great mindset, then you'll take more aligned action. Your actions will be, of a more higher end quality. You will take better actions. The actions that you were probably scared to take, you'll start to take, and you'll see the results come in. It also helps when you can reframe stuff. So you can start to feel more empathy with people around you. So if you can begin to reframe not only your own negative beliefs, but as things are coming in, and you can feel like, very negative. So for instance, I don't know, it's hard to think of an example off the top of my head, but when someone comes to you, and we can always see it from our perspective, if we can begin to see things from other people's perspective, it generally tends to reduce the anger, stress, or conflict in order to then see a path that is much better suited for both parties instead of coming at it from one angle. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. I would love for you to practice some positivity. I would love for you to share with me some of your limiting beliefs. And if you need some help, pulling them apart, then please get in touch. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope this practice will help you, move into the week more positively and come out the other end way more positively, seeing much better results from everything. So I will love you and leave you guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week on the next episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. Ciao.